Hello and welcome to another edition of Investing for Generations. Today I want to talk about a company of the sector which is most hidden by the latest crash, and that's the airline sector. And the company I want to talk about is Air Canada. And I will run through the financial numbers about the situation at all because this is a special situation right now. And I will answer the question, I will try to answer the question if Air Canada have a chance to survive this crisis or if bankruptcy is looming. And with this, also want to answering if Air Canada maybe is a very good investment right now. So let's see. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Air Canada was founded in 1937. It is the largest airline in Canada by the fleet size and also by the passengers. Air Canada also had big troubles in the last recession, in the Great Recession, 2008, 2009. And in July 2009, Air Canada requested and received financial aid from the Canadian government just to survive. But after that, it was really a great turnaround story. And since 2016, it was a very, very high performing stock at the market. So the price, was 8 times higher, almost 8 times higher. And this is, of course, very nice. But then with the corona pandemic crash, it just went down to in the peak just $7 and now recover a little bit until $13. And of course, like all the airlines, they are in big trouble. So let's dive into the financial numbers. And this will be not an analysis, as you know. It just makes no sense to go through the numbers of the past because right now it's just survival mode. So it will be a little bit different this time. Air Canada has slashed its capacity for Q2 of 2020 by 85 to 90% and has over 200 inactive aircrafts right now. And they are also retiring 79 aircrafts. This is just the same all over the sector, but even also at Air Canada. And they also had to lay off lots of employees. They just announced to lay off up to almost 23,000 workers. I mean, that's really a lot, and this just shows in which big trouble the sector and also Air Canada right now is. This is just survival mode. Air Canada has a relatively strong current ratio of 1.13. And this shows me that they are not looming bankruptcy tomorrow. There is a little bit of space, a little bit breathing space, and this is relatively good and relatively strong. For example, compared to Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines has only a current ratio of 0.53. So this looks not so bad for Air Canada in comparison. Not good, but also not that bad is a debt equity ratio. Even after the latest loans they have to take, it's at 2.27. As I said, that's not the number I want to normally see when I invest in a company, but it's also not so bad that I would say, oh yeah, there is bankruptcy looming right now. What's interesting with Air Canada is that most of the passengers' revenue comes from domestic flights. Also, you can see here the market share for the domestic flights inside Canada, and Air Canada have market share of over 50% of that. So what does this tells me? That just tell me that the market position of Air Canada, at least in the domestic flight area, is very, very good. There are almost just two airlines. It's Air Canada and WestJet. And with the problems we have now and with this terrible situation for the airline companies, I guess some of these smaller airlines will face bankruptcy. If Air Canada survive, and I think they will, it's very likely that they gain even more market shares. And then next, take a look at the population growth in Canada. And according to selected scenarios, there would be between 40.1 and 47.7 million people in Canada by 2036, and between 43 and 63.8 million by 2061, in comparison to 33.7 million in 2009. And this just means that there could be almost a doubling of the population growth in Canada. And of course, because the country is so big, um, this just tells me that also the air traffic will be much more. And if Air Canada survive and will even gain market shares in the domestic flight area, I guess also the revenue will go up a lot. And not just that, the International Air Transport Association revealed that present trends in air transport suggest passengers numbers could double to 8.2 billion in 2037. So let's face it. First of all, we have a worldwide uh, doubling of air traffic. And I'm very sure this pandemic situation right now will not last forever. I'm very sure the people will travel again, and maybe we will not double, maybe it will be a little bit less, whatever. Um, the air traffic will grow, and the air traffic will grow a lot, and also will grow inside Canada, and Air Canada will gain a lot of this growth. Let's take a look at the management, which is a big point in this difficult situation. The current CEO, Callan Rovinescu, is the CEO since 2009. And if you remember, 2009 was also the time when Air Canada faced bankruptcy and need aid from the government. And he took over in this very difficult situation. And yeah, as we saw at the stock price since or in the last few years, it looks like he made a very good job over the years. He was also named Canada's Outstanding CEO of the Year in 2016. In 2018, he was a member of the Order of Canada. In 2019, he was a strategist of the year and Canada Outstanding CEO of the Year for the second time. And so it looks like Callan Rovinescu is maybe just the right man at the right place to face his difficulties. And I think there's a lot of reasons to just have faith into him and into this management. And so hopefully Canada will turn the corner and just recover as the whole world will do from this pandemic situation. Then take a look at the price. The stock price just fell in the March crash like a stone from almost $40 to $7.40 in the peak, and then just recover now to 13.80. And I bought my shares a little bit over $13 on the 27th of April. And you can see what a roller coaster this is. Yeah, it is what it is. And every day there's some news about, just right now, about maybe a second wave in China. And so the stock price just plumped again. However, this will be the same for a while, I'm very sure. But as I explained even before, if they survive, this price could be a bargain. But who knows this? I mean, nobody knows what's happened with the situation in the world. Um, Normally, I do evaluate intrinsic value. This is really difficult um, right now with this situation and with the earnings. Um, yeah, just go to the minus lately, and with a slashed capacity and everything, and nobody knows how long it takes to come back. I try to find the intrinsic value under normal circumstances. And the intrinsic value under normal circumstances would be around $45. This is almost where we come from. I guess when they survive, we will see this stock price again. So, what's my conclusion? My conclusion is that Air Canada is the biggest Canadian airline. It has an excellent position on the Canadian market. And as I tried to explain, this position could be even better after this very problematic scenario right now. Um, but of course, there is so much uncertainty in the world at all and in the airline business, especially. So this is living or dying. There's not much in between. But I guess and I bet that Air Canada has a good chance. I would say maybe 80-20 chance to survive. If they do, um, there will be a good future because all of the air traffic will grow and Air Canada will grow with it. I'm kind of confident in this airline. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows? But my feeling is if I have to invest in a airline right now, it's Air Canada. I don't see any other airline worldwide with the same good position, at least not in North America. If I look to Europe, um, Lufthansa in Germany is facing almost bankruptcy and need a bailout by the government. Same with Air France in France. So I guess Air Canada has a good position in a very terrible situation. So that's it for today. If you liked the video, just subscribe, ring the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And comment. Just tell me your perspective on Air Canada. That's very interesting and very special situation. So yeah, I'm excited to see your comments. So see you the next time with another analysis of another stock out of my portfolio. Normally not so speculative like Air Canada today. And yeah, that's it. And take care. Bye bye.